Well, I'm back here again.
Ferris noise. I see why you opted against having a single life. You are not very good at surviving.
Rude, but not wrong.
As death should be. Blunt and inevitable. I shall return you to the world of the living. But I must ask one question. You've been in this world for so long, yet you've not prioritized the acquisition of augmented equipment. Why do you delay?
Listen, Harold. I can call you Harold, right?
No.
80 crafting, 80 smithing, and 80 divination just don't come that fast on an Ironman. It takes some time. But I do have a plan. Let me tell you all about it.
I really don't have the time for this.
There's this little village in Karamja that needs our help. There are 3 brothers, Tamayu, Tinze, and Tiadesh. Their father wants them to come back home. That's it. The reward from this quest isn't quite the windfall we want, but I assure you, we'll get to something better. What lies below is the first in a series of quests involving the Dagon High Mages. Unsurprisingly, this quest isn't very exciting in terms of rewards, but it unlocks much more to come. The shortest quest in the game is Devious Minds, and it will introduce us to a new weapon, the sword bow, and we never get to use it. We will, however, be privileged to see a bunch of smug Entrana monks get slaughtered by said weapon. How he got to Entrana with the weapon is anyone's guess. Of course, it will be us who helps him get there, and will suffer no consequences. And we'll have our first taste of quest-related smithing XP. There's this guy at the fishing guild. He needs our help hunting the Thalassus. Jones is his name, and we're gonna help him out. Of course, we won't actually kill the beast. Jones can handle that. Maybe if he gives us more of a reward, we'll come back and help him in the future. There's some Fremennik kid who needs our help getting a trophy so he can prove himself and become a man. I guess we can help him out. Can you believe that damn Majorat Zemarigal is trying to move in on Varrock again? And Arav ain't around to help us this time. Looks like we're gonna have to handle it. I'm sure he'll try to put up a resistance, but we'll deal with him like we deal with everyone else. And then we'll get the experience. Jesus Christ, Lisky, what the hell? Meg, don't just stand there. Help me. Oh. I sure do hope somebody deals with Sliske before he makes a really tedious maze.
Why does part of your plan involve being pummeled by Sliske?
Listen, man, I don't make the quests. I just do them. And the reward's good. It may be humiliating, but $20 is $20. We'll learn that Arav is actually being held prisoner by Zemarigal, so we gotta go save him. Our quest heist involves an actual heist where we have to sneak into Zemarigal's fort and get Arav's heart. Yeah. I guess. Why? He's dead. What's his heart gonna do with anything? Let's go help him. There's no smithing XP from this quest, but trust me, it's all built up. The agility XP is nice, though.
Yah! There be nothing better than being a pirate. Though we do spend most of this quest in prison. We'll get over it. Me old creaking bones is telling me that this cutscene needs updating. These NPCs be rather old. They have ball hands. Yar, 'tis no good on me pirate ship.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to have fun. Yar me hearties, this quest gives us smithing and crafting XP. I'm sorry again, it's... Moving on. Shortly after Sliske beats us up, we're gonna help him find Guthix so he can kill Guthix, even though he killed Guthix in the past when he beat us up, even though that was the future. Either way, Guthix is gonna die.
Guthix is going to die.
Yeah, you'll be there. Or, you were there. Because it happened in the past, because it was in the 5th age and it's now the 6th age, but I didn't do the quest yet, even though I did 6th age quests before I did the 5th age quests.
What?
Yeah, it's confusing. I wouldn't think about it too much. Every day that Sliske is still alive is another day where he has the opportunity to build a stupid maze. This quest will give us quite a few rewards. Not only do we get a ton of XP lamps, but in the future when we get higher levels we can claim even more XP lamps. Now, I know the conventional wisdom is to use all of your XP lamps on Herblore because Herblore is one of the hardest skills to train as an Ironman, but I would say summoning from level 65 to 75-ish is kind of terrible to train as well. We need 65 summoning to use these lamps on summoning first. So we're going to get 65 summoning real quick because they're pretty close, and then we're going to use the lamps on summoning. Yes, it's a waste of some Herblore XP, but here's the thing. Shut up. We need to get some woodcutting XP so we can chop magic logs so we can do a different quest which we will reveal very shortly, but that means doing Grimtails. Look at me, I'm so tiny. And of course, because we're a hero, we're just gonna climb up this beanstalk and kill the guy that's on top of it, and we're gonna steal his stuff. Why the hell not? If he didn't want to die, he shouldn't have had the stuff that I wanted. It's not a lot of woodcutting XP. That's it. I always confuse Back to My Roots with Grim Tales. But Back to My Roots will give us some more woodcutting XP, which is something we desperately need. Unsurprisingly, the Jade Vine clipping we get for Horatio is going to go crazy and attack us, so we need to kill it for him, because what would a quest be without killing things? And of course, killing a plant means we'll learn a lot about woodcutting. Of course, all the questing won't really get us to 75 woodcutting, we'll only get to 74, so we'll have to use spicy stews to boost our level up so we can cut some magic logs. Fortunately, we already helped out Evil Dave, so that means getting spices for our spicy stews will be much easier, and we have a greater chance of getting higher boosts. And once we chop enough logs, we can finally move on to what is perhaps the most iconic quest in the entire game. We'll be using magic to defeat the 4 Lords of Desert Treasure. Not only is that our highest skill, but they're also weak to magic. All of them are weak to magic. But just so it's not easy on me, I'll be wearing melee gear the entire time. Yes, it's a challenge. It's not going to be because I forget to take it off. You know, I'm not going to be confused the whole time why I'm not hitting the things as accurately as I expected. Yeah, it's a challenge run. Yeah. And I'm not going to realize halfway through, and then change to lunar gear. We have ancients now. We're going to help this God King come through a portal, and I am sure he's going to play a pivotal role in the lore going forward. Well, that's a shame. Oh, smithing XP, dope. What are ancient magics without ancient curses? I tell you what, basically the same thing, because the synergy between the two isn't really that... it's not that great. But in this quest, we're basically going to take on the duty of bringing Zaros back to Galanor. Of course, this is a 5th Age quest, which means Zaros couldn't return because Guthix was still alive, and that meant the edicts were still in place, which means that gods couldn't return to the planet without contending with Guthix. However, I guess we're bringing his spirit back, and then later we'll give him a body, or... I don't know. At the time of this quest's release, I think the Edicts of Guthix were more of a conceptual thing, and not really a physical manifestation of Guthix's power, creating a bubble around Galanor. Needless to say, when this quest came out, I was losing my mind, because I was a teenager, and since I was a teenager, that means I was an edgelord, and since I was an edgelord, that means I thought Zaros was the coolest thing ever. Perhaps a close second to Shadow the Hedgehog, because Zaros doesn't have a gun. Now he's just kinda... I don't know, he lost a lot of his appeal when we learned more about him. The mystery was what made him cool. Zaros ain't the cool, dark mystery man anymore. Now it's Zautak. I guess bringing Zaros back produced a huge amount of energy that almost annihilated all of Galanor because the Abyss nearly imploded on itself. I really hope Jagex does more with the Abyss because I am super curious with what the hell it is. It's got to do with the Chthonian demons and Infernus. Jagex, maybe get on that after the Elder God Wars. It's worth a shot. With this quest completed, we'll have access to the Ancient Curses, which are basically useless unless you have 92 or 95 prayer to use Soul Split and Turmoil. And that will end the Great Quest Heist of 2021. All that'll be left is getting a little bit more experience, and then we'll have 80 smithing, the second requirement for unlocking invention. All we'll have left is crafting.
And how much planning will that require?
Well, most people would just continue using the gem rocks in Al Kharid, but my plan for training crafting is going to lead me to Prifddinas. That's going to mean a lot more quests.
And will you fit those quests in before or after the so-called Quest Heist of 2021?
Well, that's the thing. I already did the Great Quest Heist of 2021. I'm not really good at planning. I just thought it'd be kind of fun to pretend I planned it, but it's already all sorted. I have 80 smithing. I'm actually here because the Sears Village Magistrate heard I was planning a heist and called me in. They felt a bit threatened by the fact that I walked into the courthouse with an axe, and the bailiff dealt with me the way you would expect.
You're an idiot. Leave my office.
You got it. See you soon. Thanks for making it this far into the video. I appreciate you watching it. I put a lot of work into it. Since you got to this point, I'm going to assume you liked the video, so if you leave a like, I would appreciate it. And if you want to see more content like this, why don't you subscribe? Thanks for watching. Take care.